New Age values are conscious evolution, a non-sectarian society, a non-military culture, global sharing, healing the environment, sustainable economies, self-determination, social justice, economic empowerment of the poor, love, compassion in action, going beyond religious fundamentalism, going beyond nationalism-extreme nationalism, culture. The smug complacency of technology adverts disguises a pretty mixed picture, with too many people not connected, too many passive users of technologies designed for interactive, and far too much talk about empowerment but far too little action to make it happen. Technology is the foundation of the empowerment economy. Even with uncertainty around the future of work in an increasingly automated world, Airbnb will remain a way for women to achieve greater financial independence and social empowerment in the years ahead. Confidence and empowerment are cousins in my opinion. Empowerment comes from within and typically it's stemmed and fostered by self-assurance. To feel empowered is to feel free, and that's when people do their best work. You can't fake confidence or empowerment. My interest is not data, it's the world. And part of world development you can see in numbers. Others, like human rights, empowerment of women, it's very difficult to measure in numbers. Three components, education, equality, and empowerment, play an important and pivotal role in moving the country forward in every aspect. If there's anything the name #MeToo calls to us, it's that there's a lot more dimension to the equality of men and women and the empowerment of women, which also is like the empowerment of men. Education remains the key to both economic and political empowerment. Autonomy leads to empowerment. We work hard to maintain a balance between collaboration and cooperation and independence. Empowerment is a word that comes with liberty. Gender equality and women's empowerment have been a top priority for me from day one as Secretary General, and I am committed to making sure that the UN leads by example. Governments everywhere have ministries dedicated to women's affairs. I know of only one with a ministry for women empowerment, Indonesia. Charged with the realization of gender equality and justice, together with children's well-being, the ministry frames gender equality as a matter of justice. My mom is such a strong, independent, strong-willed woman, and she always taught me to accept my worth for how I viewed myself and female empowerment. And it's okay to be independent and also need someone at the same time. I kinda get to be both. We talk about equality, women's empowerment, yet we are now being trolled for wearing jeans. I haven't heard of male MPs being criticized for their clothes, but when a woman MP wears jeans, that bothers an entire nation. The process of spotting fear and refusing to obey it is the source of all true empowerment. Imperfect though it may be, the Beijing Platform for Action is the strongest statement of consensus on women's equality, empowerment and justice ever produced by governments. If Salman Khan is not marrying, it is his personal decision and purely a personal matter. The issue is not related to empowerment of women. We all fight over what the label, feminism, means, but for me it's about empowerment. It's not about being more powerful than men, it's about having equal rights with protection, support, justice. It's about very basic things. It's not a badge like a fashion item. We hope that the Commonwealth sports movement is playing a meaningful role in the wider global conversation around tolerance, empowerment, and legal recognition for all. Education is not a tool for development, individual, community and the nation. It is the foundation for our future. It is empowerment to make choices and emboldens the youth to chase their dreams. We need to intentionally invest in health, in home ownership, in entrepreneurship, in access to democracy, in economic empowerment. If we don't do these things, we shouldn't be surprised that racial inequality persists because inequalities compound. As an independent artist, you control the means of production, which is the ultimate form of empowerment. Empowerment isn't a buzzword among leadership gurus. It's a proven technique where leaders give their teams the appropriate training, tools, resources, and guidance to succeed. What is black empowerment when it seems to benefit not the vast majority but an elite that tends to be recycled? There is no doubt that a woman's economic empowerment is very much interconnected to her health and the well-being of her children. Bumble was founded with several key values: empowerment, equality, and kindness. We are a company that was built to empower women and empower men to respect women. We want to create a place where all types of connections take place, a platform and a brand where women always make the first move. Cooking with kids is not just about ingredients, recipes, and cooking. It's about harnessing imagination, empowerment, and creativity. When Nike says, "Just do it," that's a message of empowerment. Why aren't the rest of us speaking to young people in a voice of inspiration? To the Muslim woman, the hijab provides a sense of empowerment. It is a personal decision to dress modestly according to the command of a genderless creator, to assert pride in self, and embrace one's faith openly, with independence and courageous conviction. When everyone is spitting in your face and you can be nice back to society, that is the ultimate self-empowerment, and that's what I was striving for. Women's empowerment, whether through legal, financial, or cultural routes, will tend to increase their agency and their ability to take part in activism. Including women in climate policy and solutions can enhance the results, leading to more economic growth and sustainable outcomes. However, we cannot take for granted that gender equality and women's empowerment in the field of climate change and sustainable development will happen automatically. Truth, honesty, empowerment, it's what I want for myself and my readers. Freedom is not empowerment. Empowerment is what the Serbs have in Bosnia. Anybody can grab a gun and be empowered. Ultimately, so much Dr. Seuss is about empowerment. He invites us to disappear into our imagination and then blows the doors off what that can mean. The first step in empowerment is taking control of your health, respecting yourself and understanding and celebrating the value you bring to your family and society. Be of service. Whether you make yourself available to a friend or coworker, or you make time every month to do volunteer work, there is nothing that harvests more of a feeling of empowerment than being of service to someone in need. My father was a rare poet. He was somebody who worked in the trenches. When he wanted to speak about social justice or gender empowerment, he spoke through his poetry. I believe in decentralized management that includes a lot of delegation, empowerment, and accountability. One of the factors a country's economy depends on is human capital. If you don't provide women with adequate access to healthcare, education, and employment, you lose at least half of your potential. So, gender equality and women's empowerment bring huge economic benefits. To really involve yourself in transforming yourself, that's the work that I'm really focused on through my company, Higher Ground Productions, is really helping people to really find a place of personal empowerment as well as inner peace. The gig economy is empowerment. This new business paradigm empowers individuals to better shape their own destiny and leverage their existing assets to their benefit. I feel such a sense of empowerment being a mom, but I do wonder, how do we do it all? The gift of writing is to be self-forgetful, to get a surge of inner life or inner supply or unexpected sense of empowerment, to be afloat, to be out of yourself. Climate change, demographics, water, food, energy, global health, women's empowerment, these issues are all intertwined. We cannot look at one strand in isolation. Instead, we must examine how these strands are woven together. President Obama has called for economic and political empowerment of women globally. The Equal Futures Partnership promotes removal of policy, legal, and regulatory barriers that hold women back at local, state and national levels. I don't have time to write a mom blog, but I'm not against it. I think it's great when women talk about things. I'm all about female empowerment. There's a lot of lonely, lost moms out there. Moms need to be encouraged to tell the truth. There's a lot of glamour mommy stuff. It's okay to get real. Ultimately what I end up writing about is helplessness and the flip side of that, empowerment. I still read romance, and I read suspense. I read them both. And part of it is, I like stories with strong characters, and I like stories where there's closure at the end. And I like stories where there's hope. That's a kind of empowerment. I think romance novels are very empowering, and I think suspense novels are, too. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.